Welcome to Big 12 college football. Let's go.
Work your ass off for each other. Be the toughest.
For a touchdown. He has a burst to the house.
Cowboy Coy is back for another ride. Joey McGuire and the Texas Tech Red Raiders are walking out with new expectations and a Big 12 title in their sights. Look at the stadium, a sellout, back-to-back sellouts. The tortillas are ready to get tossed. This is a new era of Texas Tech football, and it feels great. They are favored by 48.5. Champ, who's winning? What's the score?
Texas Tech, 52-10.
52-10.
Nah, Texas Tech 55-3. They're not going to even score a touchdown.
55-3. I'm going to save Crabtree for last. I'm going to go 60-3.
Y'all don't give these boys a chance to score.
Sorry. Crabtree, what's the final score?
Let's say 55-14.
55-14. I was hoping you'd say
He's
100-0.
Okay.
The Golden Flashes of Kent State wear a new jersey every single game. They snapped a 21-game losing skid led by Mark Carney. We're getting ready to toss it out to J.B. Long, Mike Golick Jr., and Allie LaForce as the boos rain down at Cody Campbell Field. You know that man is into the future of Texas Tech. Baron Morton, the quarterback, looking to put another win up there on the tally. It is now time to send it to J.B. Long. Red Raiders fans, enjoy. We will see you at halftime. Big 12 football on TNT starts now.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Thank you very much. And what a scene. As you said, sold out for the second week in a row. 60,000 strong. They're wearing white as they welcome the Golden Flashes. This is Big 12 football on TNT Sports, presented by Modelo. And so glad to be here with Mike Golick Jr. Allie LaForce will join us momentarily. I'm J.B. Long. Amazing to have Michael Crabtree with us because ever since I saw him play for this program, Lubbock has become a bucket list destination for me.
Seeing him on the pregame show, it gets the juices flowing. So much college football history in the stadium, so many miles of passing yards here, and they're looking to add to that again this season here in Lubbock.
The facilities are incredible. The vibes are immaculate. What about the football program?
The football program has got that new car smell about it right now, right? You look at the brand new facility that they got into in 2024. You look at the top-rated transfer class by most outlets that's rolling into town. You got Matt Leftwich taking over the offense, coming over from Texas State. You've got Shield Wood on the other side coming over from Houston as a defensive coordinator. And you've got a bullseye on your back, both nationally and here in the Big 12 with all that in mind.
Yeah, that transfer portal class got the country's attention. Locally, there was another story, though, that Allie will bring us all the details on.
Well, gentlemen, for as much as the $20 million roster made headlines for Texas Tech, so did the infamous and controversial tortilla throw. I'm here in the student section. This is where it all goes down. You see me holding a tortilla here. Everybody, you got your tortillas ready? Everybody in the student section is ready to rock with their tortillas. So right before kick, they throw them up in the air. Sometimes they hit the field. This is where the controversy begins. This is a tradition that dates back to the late 1980s, okay? It used to be lids, they changed it to tortillas, and then there's another theory that a broadcaster called Lubbock, Texas, the Tortilla Factory. Well, the fans took that to heart, and ever since they've been throwing them before kick. But the conference voted 15-1 against any items being thrown on the field. Of course, the one person who voted for it was Texas Tech Athletic Director Kirby Hocutt. Hey, how do you throw the tortillas if you get covered up? I'm still here, though, don't worry. So I have my tortilla ready. Kirby told me, listen, I know there's a rule against this now in the conference, and it can lead to a 15-yard penalty if it happens 3 times in a row. So the first 2 times, if an item hits the field, it's just a warning, but the section can get kicked out. The 3rd time, it's a 15-yard penalty. However, Coach told me, go for the 50. Just throw it out there. Kirby Hocutt gave me the same advice, the athletic director here at Texas Tech. Coach also gave me a little bit of advice. He said you got to take the tortilla, you got to rip a hole out of the middle. All right, guys, let me see that tortilla. Is this good? Big hole in the middle?
Spin it and then you launch it.
Okay, you spin it and then you launch it. So I'm ready to go. Whenever the fans are ready, I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm going for the 50. Kirby said I could.
Stay with us. Aliel Hariska's got it teed up and ready to boot it away. The return man deep for Texas Tech. Micah Hudson and Jacoby Williams, a receiver and a tailback respectively. So great to be here in week 2. The Kent State Golden Flashes having snapped their losing streak. Now on the road to challenge a top 25 opponents. The ball's teed up. These tortillas ready. They fly and we're underway. From the 10, it's Hudson. Takes contact above the 20. And hard to identify which one belongs to LaForce.
A flurry of tortillas in the air. We'll see how Allie did. She got a lot of good advice there. Lost in a sea. You never have to coach effort with Allie LaForce.
I hate to see any carb go to waste, but this is the one occasion in which I'm willing to make an exception for that many.
A tradition unlike any other, and a great way to start an awesome day here in Lubbock, Texas.
The home crowd so glad to see Baron Morton at the switch as they begin week 2 with Jacoby Williams on the ground. This offense racked up over 600 total yards last week. Balanced run and pass, but in a crowded Big 12 quarterback conversation, might Morton be a little bit overlooked here in September?
Certainly his head coach feels that way. Joey McGuire talked about the chip that his quarterback has on his shoulder. Maybe not always being mentioned in the same conversation as some of the other returning quarterbacks in this conference.
They will move quickly. On platform throw here, rising to make the catch. It's Reggie Virgil who scored the first touchdown of the season for Texas Tech last week. It measured 9 yards. A gain of 6 here.
For Morton, all he's done since he's been here is win. Texas Tech 15-4 and starts where he doesn't leave with injury. Obviously, that was part of the scare last week in their opener against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Fans happy to see him back out in the field and looking great.
We saw the starting offensive line. We will not neglect the trenches on this show. I can promise you that. Williams busts a tackle behind his pads to the 41-yard line.
Jacoby Williams, the ball carrier.
Atik Muhammad, a junior defensive back with the tackle for defensive coordinator Cherokee Valeria and Kent State. They've gone through a ton of off-season turmoil, but coming off an FCS victory.
We talked to Mark Carney, their head coach. He said, you've got to expect to win now and work to do that.
Third down, only need a couple. Slipping a tackle. Williams appears to have enough. They're replacing the school's rushing king, Taj Brooks, who went for back-to-back 1,500-yard seasons. And they're also rushing this year without their projected starter, Quinton Joyner.
A big blow for them, but a great opportunity for two backs they have a ton of confidence in. And Jacoby Williams no more is the guy that's got that home run threat that can make guys miss at the second level. But you saw still running with his pads underneath him there.
Rush coming after Morton, able to swing it out. Cameron Dickey in space with a couple of positive yards. He's their other back, and he earned praise from Coach McGuire as the team's offensive MVP in summer camp.
Both of these guys can catch the ball out of the backfield, run well, pass protect.
From the left side, Virgil, who was hobbled after that first catch, hauls in another. He's got midfield, another third down coming for the Red Raiders.
Reggie Virgil, part of that class, his past 3 seasons at Miami of Ohio on the Blitnikoff watch list entering this season. And you see right here, just a quick slant ball, little behind him with 2 mouthpieces.
He's got a catch for each of those mouthpieces so far, yes. Free play here potentially. Heaving from his heels. Flagged down in the secondary as well as Virgil was the go-to target. Tech might have their choice of penalties here. Jair Rollison was the corner in coverage, a sophomore for Kent State. From Northeast Ohio, about an hour drive from Cleveland.
See right over the ball here, get him to jump, and a great
there are 2
job
fouls
by
on the play,
Sheridan
both
Wilson.
on the defense.
Get the snap
Offside,
off.
number 94. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense number 22. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The words of Tim Rich, our referee. They'll take the greater of those 2 penalties, and they are now in Golden Flashes territory on the pass interference.
Jair Rollison, the guilty party there. The alpha in that defensive back room. Coach Valeria said he came in and immediately established his presence on the back end.
Off the play fake. Baron Morton reloads, end zone, Virgil, got it! 35 yards, and for the second week in a row, Reggie Virgil strikes first.
What a great play design here. We haven't called his name yet, but watch wide receiver number 3, Coy Aiken, hold the attention of the defense on the back end, little switch route, and then he buys up the eyes of the safety right there. You get the post behind for Reggie Virgil and strike up the band for the first time today.
Mike, this is the first meeting between these programs, but Kent State, no stranger to Reggie Virgil and vice versa. He made his first career start in the MAC against KSU for Miami, Ohio back in 2022. Last year had a 69-yard touchdown against them, a 35-yarder here today. Stone Harrington caps the opening drive with the extra points. 12 possessions this season for Texas Tech. They've all scored.
The offense has looked like a well-oiled machine to start the season. And there's nothing easy about that when you've got as many new parts as they do up front in that receiver room. But it helps having a veteran signal caller. Great job by Baron Morton just putting the ball out in front of him. They expect big things from Reggie Virgil this year, and you saw him having the first touchdown of the season. There was a clear motive to try and get him involved early and often as they open up this passing attack in a way that's deeply familiar around here in Lubbock.
They're replacing a 1,000-yard receiver in Josh Kelly. He's on that Houston practice squad. Got a chance to play on Sundays, perhaps as soon as tomorrow with the Texans banged up at that receiver position. You see the scoring drive for top 25, Texas Tech. All right, now it gets real, or maybe the realist. I love you. Thanks for being with me on that one.
Rock solid and in lockstep as always, brother.
The 100-yard game winner last week. We suspect he will not get many opportunities today. Decides to take a knee as the tortillas fly again. They do want to feature him more in their offense today in this 2-quarterback system. Our first look will be the senior from Pasadena, California, C.J. Montez.
Won the quarterback battle with Drew DeShields, who we'll also see out there today. But the coaches lauded his leadership, his accuracy with the football. He's a high completion percentage player, was incredibly productive, especially going back to 2023 in his season at Fordham, where he was second-team All-Patriot League. They want to see him get the ball out of his hands quick, get your foot in the ground and let it rip, was the coaching point from offensive coordinator Clay Patterson against the defensive front for Texas Tech that we know has speed, power, and everything that you could want in the skill set.
Yeah, there's Liam Neeson shades of good luck here. The challenge today for both of these quarterbacks for the visitors. Gavin Garcia is the tailback. He flips to the left hip, a shin-high snap, and welcome in. No patting the baby back there at quarterback today. The incompletion looking for J.J. Etheridge.
You see 21 Cade Walford there in that wide receiver room. Over 100 yards receiving on 2 catches last week. He's a big play waiting to happen for him, a running back. Expect to see him all over the field today.
Got to look there, interim head coach Matt Carney. He's been dealt a tough hand, but looking to ride the wave of victory from last week at Kent State on the road now. He says this is not a field trip. And so far, it's not going to be nearly as fun as any field trip that I went on in elementary school.
No, certainly not. Different challenges with this one. But for Mark Carney, trying to build on what they experienced last week, your first win in 21 games, he said there were players back from last year's team that were emotional seeing that moment for the team, but now you've got to fix in your preparation that determination to expect to win.
Texas Tech has earned the right to rush the passer. 3rd down and long on the opening sequence. Donovan Delaney Jr. is the new tailback. Montez adjusting at scrimmage. 8 to snap it. A 4-man rush from Texas Tech. The throw comes out. It's dropped at the 30. Would have been a long way to go for Etheridge, but 3 and out for Kent State. They will punt it away.
And that's the difficulty on the outside, especially in those 3rd and long situations. The defense, coordinated by Shield Wood, can sit back in zone, have their eyes on the quarterback here, and just wait to come up and make a play.
Kent State,
They throw it short. You saw the ball in the dirt there and drop. little bit of angst on the side of the Kent State offense to start this game, and understandably so given the caliber of defense they're facing.
Now, Tristan Gentry will get the first nod at punt returner today for Texas Tech, as Jake Stokel, who's so new he doesn't even have a roster listing yet for Kent State, the Australian, puts it in the air. Wobbly spiral. Gentry backs up and escorts it out of bounds at the 30.